Delegate Siebold.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the committee. I have in front of you today HB996. So, Madam Chair, for many students, the transition from high school to what comes next is exciting. For students, though, with disabilities and their families, it also can be a very confusing, fragmented, and overwhelming time. HB 996 strengthens and expands Virginia's post-secondary education rehabilitation transition, or also known as PERT, so that students are not left to navigate this process on their own. This bill directs the Department of Aging and Rehabilitative Services in partnership with the Department of Education to create clear statewide guidance and public-facing tools that help students and families understand their options, whether that's post-secondary education, work-based programs, day programs, or life skills, and independence-focused supports. It also ensures community services boards have the resources and information they need to assist more students, and creates an online dashboard so families can compare programs and find the best fit for their child. HB 996 is about making sure students don't fall through the cracks at the very moment we're asking them to step into adulthood. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Do we have any questions from members of the committee? Do we have anyone here who would like to testify in favor of the bill? Come right up.
Sid Neighbors from the Virginia Education Association. We believe this to be a good idea and we support the bill. And as a retired special education administrator and teacher, I appreciate legislation that helps our students with disabilities transition into the world beyond the school walls. Thank you.
Hello, Madam Chair. Mike Asip from the Virginia Council of Administrators of Special Education. Thank you for the patron taking this bill. The work of transition is very complicated. As students leave, it's a siloed things that they find out about opportunities from DARS to CSBs to other agencies. And so this brings them together to really work together to provide some consistency for our students with disabilities. So we're strongly in favor of this bill.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Jen Krajewski with the Virginia Board for People with Disabilities. And for all the reasons already stated, we support this bill and we thank the delegate for bringing it.
Thank you. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition to the bill? All right, moving online, it looks like we have one person to testify online. Delegate Siebold, is this your constituent?
Yes, Madam Chair. This is a constituent of mine who's here today to tell her personal story.
Okay. Well, out of respect for you, I would like to give you 1.5 minutes, Beth, to tell your story. So you go right ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair and members of the subcommittee. I'm Beth Ekus, a Virginia parent. Transitioning from high school is traumatic for individuals with disabilities and their families. We went through this process last year with my son. In September, we met with our school and the Community Services Board. DARS has not met with our families since 2021, since my son was determined to not be part of the population they serve, and there are students that do not fit their criteria. We were given a blank worksheet and a list of programs. The information provided was limited or incomplete, and in some cases incorrect. We were told to pick based on that spreadsheet and schedule tours. The tours were limited and only during the workday. After becoming discouraged, I started to attend resource fairs myself and found further possibilities. After our own research, we eventually chose an established program, one that had been referenced previously, but only with incomplete and incorrect information. My son is good, but for the 3 families whose sons graduated with mine, they are already having to search for a new program. That is a 75% failure rate from my small sample size. The intent of this legislation is to increase support and to create tools so that families can research programs adequately and make thoughtful and informed life decisions for their family members. We must do better. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your testimony. Now we're back at the committee. Chair Rasool.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Given some new information, what I'd like to do, because we weren't sure we could move forward with this the way we would like, but I've got a little bit of new information, and I'd like to be able to marinate on that. So my motion would be to, I would move to report the bill, and that should it move forward, Madam Chair, we would not put this on the full docket tomorrow to ensure that, in fact, we can move it forward. But so just wanting to let the constituents know that we've got the School Health Services Committee that's looking at a few different pieces here. But we're going to see if this one is able to move forward between now and Monday, which is when the following full is available. So that would be my motion, Madam Chair.
Do we have a second?
Second, speaking to the second.
Okay, Delegate Cherry.
Madam Chair, thank you, and Mr. Chairman, thank you for that. This is a bill that I absolutely support, and if it ends up in School Health Services, I can assure you that I will do everything I can to get it right, because pardon me. I've seen too many kids fall through this crack, that they have all the support they need when they're in high school, and then they transition and they just fall. And so it's very personal to me. I apologize. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. Well, it really is it's such an important issue. Thank you for bringing this to our attention, and we will, we will vote to report this bill, and hopefully we will continue to support it on Monday at full. So with that, Madam Clerk, you may open the roll. You may close the roll. That bill reports 10-0.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, members of the committee.
All right.